Ladies and gents, welcome back to the Jim YouTube channel. I'm assuming you know what we're working on today. It starts with a V and ends with an Alvo. We've got a couple things to do to this thing today. We're gonna be doing a couple things to this thing today. We're doing stuff to the Volvo. Things are happening. So first things first, this thing is a death trap. What do I mean by that? Do I mean that it's got 800 horsepower, it's a tin can, no cage, no safety equipment? No, it's perfectly safe that way. It's a death trap because you get carbon monoxide poisoning by driving it for more than half an hour. The way that we did the exhaust, the end of the exhaust, the tip, to keep it stealthy, is that the big diameter exhaust tip is exiting under the bumper, just straight like a normal exhaust, and then a little fake tip comes out. Imagine this is the bumper, right? This is the big exhaust, this is the fake tip. Old system was like this, and we just tacked it in place. Well, the problem is that all of that exhaust is exiting under the car, and when you're in traffic, or even when you're driving, it gets trapped back there, gets into the car, and it doesn't really go out. The other day when we were doing the 0 to 60 tests, we drove this thing for 2 hours. After that, I literally got a little bit of carbon monoxide poisoning. I had a terrible headache, I was a little nauseous, and it was miserable. Like, it's not good. You shouldn't get brain damage by driving your car. Now the new system, we're gonna be turning this into a turn down, so it funnels, hopefully, the exhaust fumes out, and then we're gonna weld the fake tip fully to the big pipe. Hopefully exhaust fumes actually noticeably come out of it, so it looks like it's the real exhaust, and yeah. And then after that, we're going to be doing a special mod to hopefully help me shift a little bit better. And then last but not least, the title of this video, we're making this thing a true 90s wagon. You'll see what that is once we get there. First things first, let's fix this exhaust. You want to cut a perfectly straight line down a circle, mark it with a zip tie, brother. So that should be a perfectly good circle. Although it doesn't really work because you can move it around, so never mind. Bad tip, bad tip. And I go, oh my God, Jesus Christ. It fell right when I, much better. On the previous exhaust tip setup, we had the factory Volvo exhaust tip welded to the big exhaust. The problem is that it fell off because it was just tack welded in a couple places and it wasn't actually channeling exhaust through it. So this time around, we're remaking it. That's why we have these AutoZone pipes, with the little corrugation, because that's what the factory exhaust pipe was. But we're actually plumbing it into the exhaust properly. So, hopefully flames are gonna be coming out of this tiny exhaust. Exhaust is gonna be coming out of this tiny exhaust. The goal is that it looks like a normal exhaust until you bend over. So hopefully now, since this is coming out down here, no fumes in the cabin, And then we got a nice tip, which is not gonna fall off. It's a little unfortunate because it looks like I just put a brand new exhaust on my 35-year-old Volvo. Maybe we'll scuff it up and put some beer on it or something to make it rusty. That looks awesome. You really can't miss the fact that it has a seemingly 1 3/4 inch exhaust. So the last thing we're going to do before working on the special install of this video is installing a shift light. This thing should hopefully help prevent me from shifting early. And maybe once we get a bigger turbo and we can raise the red line, it'll really help for that. 7,200 RPMs, 24, 8, 9. Red line right now is like 6,800, I believe. But with the valve train upgrades, I think it can go higher. I don't know. Let's install it. You can do something like this. Oh yeah, I had was like this. Not a terrible idea. Let's do a Patreon poll. See what Patreons think. Will it light up? Hey yo. Yeah, it's working. But it's pointed at you, it's pretty bright, which is good. Cool, I'm gonna mount it here, gotta clean up all the wiring, then we are good to move on to the next thing. I know it looks like a nightmare in there, but it's a working nightmare. Doesn't matter, because Volvo has this amazing rug that goes underneath the dash. I love this thing, the best part about this car. Cool. Oh my God, yeah, that's plenty bright. It was only on the medium setting when we first tested it. So now that the exhaust and the shift light are installed, let's go ahead and test it. So the exhaust smell is still bad at idle when you're in traffic.
Definitely.
It's better driving. It definitely is better driving.
Yeah, when you're driving it, it does escape better, I think.
Yeah.
It's not just circling back into the car.
Yeah. There are some rust holes back there that I think we're gonna fill with some silicone or something. Hey, it's a sleeper, man. I just don't want to die.
It's a sleeper that puts you to sleep right now.
Yeah. What the fuck? I missed the shift, but it works well. I see it. That was a little scary.
That was sick though, that was good.
Yeah, I mean, it
worked.
It works perfect. I think that was good. Shift light's a dub, exhaust is getting better. So I've actually had this thing for at least 2 or 3 years. I don't know how it works, but I promise, it's a third row seat for a Volvo 240. That's broken. Look at that. Right guess, first time. Hey yo. So then then that's how it folds down. That's sick. So how does it go in the car? Third row seat install. Hey yo. No shot, bro. Really? It goes on the piece that folds up so that when you fold it down, it sits in that little opening and then you don't see it anymore. Can't even fucking sit up. Maybe it'd be better than we're like this. How's it look?
That's strange.
Yeah, a little sus. This is safe, right? So it's either you lean forward a little bit, or you are along for the ride. Yeah, I mean, taking a break from the truck and all the serious fabrication to do silly stuff like this. It's nice. That is so much better. Yeah, I think this could be it right here. There's a lot of different variables we're considering to try to make this seat as good as possible. Unfortunately, it's not possible to get everything. We want it to be able to fold down, fold up. We want it to be safe, and we want it to be comfortable. Choose two of the three. It can either be foldable and safe, not comfortable, foldable and comfortable, not safe, or the one we're going to be choosing, comfortable and safe, but not foldable. So what we're gonna do is we're leaning the second row forward so that we can lean this third row back to give you more headroom and clear the roof brace. We'll then have to fabricate a bolt-in harness bar to secure the seat and the harness that will hold you in, but it's gonna be bolt-in. So, 6 bolts. Could be worse, could be better. Let's do it. And does it fit? Yes, it does. Now we got ourselves a harness bar for a perfectly safe seat. Well, here is the finished throne. Now use the little knee pad to get in nicely. Lovely 4-point harness, which is connected via grade 8 hardware to the factory seatbelt locations. Tighten that down. Woo! And then that's that. And I couldn't go anywhere even if I wanted to. And we got our lovely, there's the oh shit bars right here. Or right here. I haven't felt the safer feeling third row. It's good. And headroom, like it's actually comfortable. Now if you're taller, it would start to touch, but there's some cushion in the ceiling. And if the car catches fire, ta-da. There is a handle on the inside there. Now that the throne is done, I'd say let's force cameraman Kurt back here and take it for a test. I use it as like a knee, so like knee and then roll over to your butt.
I see.
Looks a bit like a roller coaster seat.
It feels a bit like a roller coaster seat.
You ready?
I think so. I'm kind of scared.
Locked
this does not
in.
feel fun. As long as we don't do anything crazy and don't die, I think we'll be fine.
Well, I certainly won't be dying.
Dude, this is like nerve-wracking. Like I don't know. I just don't know how tight I should be. Like I'm tight as I can get it pretty much, but.
There's the oh shit handles on the side if you want to hold on to those.
Yeah, I just would say, if I boof, I'm sorry.
Now, can you imagine doing those launches and stuff that we were doing last time in that?
Honestly, I feel like it would be pretty fun.
Okay. I'm excited to try it. I mean, I'm a little nervous, but.
Oh, this feels fucking crazy.
is I can't really hear you.
Yeah. Oh, there's a car behind us.
You're just trying not to look backwards.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here for a while, buddy.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna brake kind of hard here just to see how it feels.
Okay. I mean, you feel pretty. I feel pretty locked in.
What? Yeah, well,
Like,
you
I feel
should when
good.
I'm braking. The problem is that the forces are reversed. So
Oh,
when
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
braking, you're getting pushed into your seat, and when I'm accelerating, you're getting pulled out of it.
That's true. I think it's a success as far as comfortability goes. Very comfy back here, actually.
Well, guys, I would say that was a huge success. A lot of little improvements to the Volvo, but improvements that made a big difference. We've got the shift light, we've got the exhaust so you don't die of carbon monoxide poisoning. You know, we've got the third row seat where somebody can ride back there and have fun. And we're gonna test that in the next video. We're gonna give a bunch of people ride-alongs safely, of course. It's gonna be funny and it's gonna be fun. If you guys wanna see that video right now, you can head up there, become a patron. If you wanted to, you could also check out the merch over on emindustries.com. And last but not least, have a great day and thanks for watching.
Awkward, like the most awkward interaction in traffic you can be.